At 9:30, I'd like to call the meeting to order. And pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived by those present, and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. Okay. Minutes from last month's meetings, or any discussion, or meeting to accept?
Motion to accept.
Motion to accept, second, all in
Second.
favor? We have warrants to be approved and signed. Yes, we do.
So many of these. Because I'll end up with this one in my briefcase. Let me see what more.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Forgot to bring some in. They're in the car. Next time.
Maybe. There you go.
You sign that one already?
This one too.
Okay, moving on to agenda item number 5, distributed to the board for acknowledgement, discussion, and or vote. From September 2019 performance summary, retirement board accounting records for September 2019.
And just to speak to Prim for a quick second, I did talk to Paul Tedesco a few weeks ago. Got a few things with getting me on accounts and stuff, but he said he believes it's been a while since he's been here, so in the next couple of months they're gonna be due to give a presentation update, and they would like to know if we wanted them to come down here or if we wanted to do it by phone. I told him I thought we'd probably prefer a visit, but
Yeah,
it's
sure.
really up to the board.
Absolutely, please.
Okay, so I will make arrangements with Paul to have them come down, when they can fit in
You
our
got it.
schedule.
We have to item number 6, PTG contract addendum.
Okay, that's just their pricing schedule going forward for the next several years. It's the software, I guess obviously we use to handle all our accounting records and retirement records. It's really to bring us into, compliance with the contractual obligations with PERAC, and they presented a 7-year schedule. We could adopt a 5, I guess, if we wanted, but I don't really foresee any alternatives in the near future. We're pretty much the only player in the game.
Yeah. So you can kind of control the pricing too. All right, well, we need to,
I guess, would we need a vote to adopt this as part of our
Yeah.
contract with them? Yes.
okay, is there a motion to adopt?
Motion.
Motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, hearing none opposed, motion passes. Item number 7, we have PERAC evaluation update.
Okay, as, I discussed with you over the phone, CARE Act admit they made a little error in our normal costs, so it was overstated by approximately $140,000. So there's a couple of options on the table. We could stay with our 7.5% increasing schedule over the next 15 years, and if we did that, we would see an extra probably $70,000 in next year's appropriation, or actually the same in next year's appropriation, or we could change it to the 7.3, and we would have $65,000 less in next year's appropriation. And then by 2022, when they did their next valuation, that error would likely be absorbed. So, I mean, I would certainly recommend, especially after talking to John, that we just adopt here the alternative 1A schedule and stay on the funding schedule that we already approved in August, but, you know, certainly that's up for discussion with the board.
Volunteer on Ed Beagle now, or you just told him that you're not ready?
Yes,
Yeah, I concur. I'm gonna be talking to the new mayor about, because there's a constant complaint about the unfunded liability, so we are gonna, I'm gonna be advocating, obviously, that I'm gonna point out what happened between '02 and '12 when they underfunded, and this is how we got in the position we're in, so we're gonna try to, make sure that we get as much in that account as we can, and even maybe pay a little bit more if they can, so. So we need a motion to stay with the previously adopted.
Yes. Is there a motion?
So moved.
A motion. Second, go. All in favor of staying with adopted?
Aye.
Okay, hearing any opposed? None? Okay, motion passes. Item number 8, 91A, excess earnings for 2018.
Okay, so we did have 3 excess earners for the past year. First being Wallace Canyon, he exceeded by really his whole retirement allowance, so that he needs to repay his whole retirement allowance. He cannot come up with a check right now, so I told him that we would have to suspend his pension going forward. Same thing with Alan Sylvia. So I know normally in the past there's been a motion to suspend their pensions, but allow them to retain a portion of their annuity enough to pay their health insurances, so that they can have their health insurance through the, through the city without having to pay for that themselves. Wallace will
Motion.
he'll have his pension suspended for the whole year, roughly, and Alan will have it for about 5.5 months, a suspended pension. So we would need a motion to suspend their pensions starting January 2019, if that's okay with the board, and allow them to pay their health insurance deductions through payroll.
Motion.
Second. Motion, there a second. All in favor of the motion? Okay. Any opposed? None opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Oh, and we did have a third excess earner, that was Jeffrey Maderas, but there's no action required by the board as he has already paid in full.
Okay, item number 9, proposed CY 2020 budget.
I did submit 2 proposed budgets to the board. The first being with the staff, currently staffed as we are now with 3 full-time employees, myself, Leanne, and Janet. Our part-time employee Sue is leaving at the end of this month, and in the past, at times we've had a 4th person, and I really do feel that there is a necessity for a 4th person, although that's really not on the agenda for today, or maybe even in the next month or 2, but that's why I did propose a 2020 budget, just for you to be aware of. Really, that's what the cost would be if we were to hire a 4th person, if we discussed that in the future. don't know if we wanted to go through anything on, if anyone had any questions on proposed number one budget. Actually, anything, pretty much everything remains the same except the per person. Nothing has really increased. We've seen a decrease in the rent, you know, after our move from Third Street. It's almost half, really. Other than that, our payroll has stayed pretty much in line as it has the last couple of years.
That's the way going back to the salary line.
You know, perm, which is really one of our largest expenses. I mean, that's really predicated on,
Benefits.
you know, the size of our,
Mhm.
what we have invested in. Right?
Okay, since you want to discuss the addition, this is, we don't have to vote on which one of these proposals we have to do today, do we?
No, we're not gonna take a vote on either, because it's proposed, and I'm hoping for the December meeting to have maybe a proposal on the additional staff, and also, you know, so then maybe we could vote on one of them going
Okay.
forward.
Sounds good.
Moving on to item number 10, retirement benefit application, superannuation, trustee Barboza, Stephen Long, Margaret Mello, and Joseph Texera. Need a motion to accept?
Motion.
Motion, second, all in favor?
All right.
None opposed, motion passes unanimously. Item number 11, executive session. I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session, not to return to open session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 1, 2, and 3, to discuss disability matters, conduct strategy sessions, and contract negotiations with non-union personnel, and to discuss strategy on pending litigation, as the chair has determined that discussion in open session will be detrimental to the board's position. Then we'll entertain a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, take a roll call vote.
Okay. Bob?
Yes?
Jen?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Arthur?
Yes.